The truth about the Nothing Phone 3. It's been ages since there's been a phone on the market that created a buzz like this phone did, for good or bad, but this is the real experience with Nothing's flagship phone, as they say. In the pursuit of standing out compared to the competition, this is what they have given us. I mean, what is going on with this design? Have I gotten used to it while using this phone as my main device since the day was announced? And what about the new Glyph matrix? There is so much to talk about. So the phone 3 cost $800 for the first time ever. They are directly competing with Apple and Samsung. In fact, Galaxy S25 at the moment is actually cheaper in the UK compared to the phone 3, which is crazy. Considering that in mind, there is a lot that people are expecting from this phone. So let me quickly glance through the unboxing experience. The phone comes with the usual stunning Nothing style unboxing experience that we're used to. I'm personally a big fan of their packaging and detail. You get pretty much everything that you expect, from phone to paperwork to a USB-C cable. Of course, no charger. Right off the bat, as soon as you bring the phone out of the box, you are greeted with a design that you're just not quite familiar with. Yes, let's start off with the elephant in the room. We all saw the leaks and it all came true. I have to be honest, I wasn't a fan of this look from the day one, but after using this phone as a daily driver for these past few days, I am getting used to this look. Like, I'm not joking. Yes, it is different compared to other phones, and even an average person can pick that up. The camera arrangement is off, and then we have this black circle, which is of course Glyph matrix. It will take an adjustment, but that's exactly what is good about this, because it stands out, and that's what this brand wanted to achieve. And while there are no Glyph lights on the back, in my opinion, the new Glyph matrix is much more useful and fun to use. On top of showing notifications, you can play spin the bottle or rock paper scissors. Yes, it's a bit gimmicky, but in a way they have made the phone design fun again. And yes, it's a bit limited with its functionality right now, but in the future, it's gonna get loads of cool stuff. Overall, the design does look different, and not really in a nice way at first, but then it grows on you. Holding this phone in real life feels very premium. It is an all-glass sandwich with metal sides. You've got IP68 water and dust resistance, along with Gorilla Glass Victus on the back and Gorilla Glass 7i on the front. Now, beyond the looks of these cameras, I was more interested to see what these cameras can bring to the table in real life when it comes to photos and videos. Since this is their flagship phone after all, and at this price, I have to say the camera is overall pretty good, actually better than I expected. It's definitely not perfect, it needs some color tuning, and obviously there's some other annoying stuff that I will mention in a bit, but the pictures that I've taken so far across my time in London, it's been pretty good. You get 50 megapixels across all the lenses, which creates kind of a consistent experience along with 4K 60 FPS video. The image processing is also good in most scenarios, giving you pretty optimal results. There's also AI super zoom that extends the 3x zoom all the way up to 60x with pretty usable results. I definitely like the long range zoom performance on this phone. And when you use that 50 megapixel mode, you really get a lot of detail. Now, when it comes to the 4K 60 FPS video, the first annoying thing about this is that it doesn't switch lenses while you're shooting the 4K 60 FPS video, so it's just cropping on the main lens. If you want to switch lenses, you have to shoot at 4K 30 FPS, so it's something that hopefully they can change with the future update. Also, in some situation, the color shift between the main and the ultra wide can be a little more noticeable, so hopefully they can also iron that out. But in terms of the overall performance across different scenarios, different modes, I have to say this does do pretty well, to the point where it actually holds well against the likes of iPhone 16 or the Galaxy S25 in this price range. Now, looking at the front, the display is clean. This is something that I always like about Nothing, is that their display and bezel game is always on point. This is a 6.67-inch panel, 120Hz with 4500 nits peak brightness, one of the brightest displays you can find at this price point. It's very comfortable to look at when you're using it in outdoor. Plus, thanks to the slim bezels, the media experience is also top tier. Now, what's also top tier is the performance. And yes, it doesn't have Snapdragon 8 Elite. It is rocking Snapdragon 8s Gen 3. In terms of its benchmark capability, it's actually more equivalent to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 from last year. Although people wanted Snapdragon 8 Elite at this price, the 8s Gen 3 is still a very solid, very capable flagship chip that can do pretty much anything you can throw at it. No issues at all. It's also very efficient. Like Like the combination of this chip along with the 5100 mAh battery is a pretty good combo. I've been getting through my day even with heavy usage with no issues. It's such a solid battery performer. My buddy Ben did a battery drain test that you can check out, and the Phone 3 was easily able to do more than 7 hours of extreme battery drain test, which means that the real life experience is going to be a lot better. Again, Snapdragon 8 Elite would have been great, but 8s Gen 4 is still a very solid chip and it's going to deliver. Now, software-wise, we have the Nothing OS 3.5 built on Android 15, and Android 16 update is right around the corner. This is one of the most clean, minimal, and smoothest UI experience you can have on a phone. Like Nothing definitely has their aesthetics on point. I like the icons and the customization they offer along with the different elements of the UI. It all looks very standout and unique. With that being said, when it comes to the overall AI features, this is still lacking if you compare it to something like Samsung's One UI. Like for example, the default gallery app has very limited photo editing capability. Like you can't even remove the objects in the image that pretty much most phones can do. I mean, sure, you can use Google Photos for this. You can also use ChatGPT, but I'm just saying that the built-in software features are kind of lacking, which I'm sure they're going to add in the future. But right now, you can definitely find more AI-centric feature on the competition around this same price. But if you're looking for something fast, minimal, and you like Nothing's aesthetic, then this is pretty good. It has a nice AI feature called Essential Space, and there's a dedicated button for that as well. You can press this to quickly record a voice note or a note in the moment, and then it automatically organizes that with the help of AI, creating this essential space. It's a nice feature, nothing too crazy. I would still love to have more of the powerful AI photo editing tools in the future. Hopefully they can add all of that. There's obviously Gemini fully built in. You also get Circle to Search. All those features are pretty good. Overall, if I have to sum it up, I gotta say this is definitely a pretty balanced flagship if you look across all the areas on this phone. I mean, this is what Nothing says. They created a balanced experience, a balanced flagship, but the only thing that's not balanced about this phone is its price. I personally think $699 would have been a better price. Considering the risk they have taken with the look of this phone and how it's competing directly with the likes of Galaxy S25 that comes with Snapdragon 8 Elite and 7 years of software updates. And of course, it is a Samsung flagship, so obviously they are competing directly with the big dogs here. It would have been better if the phone was priced $100 cheaper, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. If you're looking for the best of Nothing in everything they do, if you like their aesthetics, this is definitely their best shot. Yes, it looks different. Yes, it doesn't have Glyph Light, but trust me, Glyph Matrix has not only been more fun to use, but also it is more useful. And I think the future for this looks pretty bright. But yeah, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. As always, if you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe. With that being said, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.